Kia ora and welcome, Carl. Ngā mihi nui. A massive greeting to you. Really wanted to share you with my community. Well, for those of you who don't know Carl, you need to know him because he is a digital marketer supreme. He is a digital artist. He is an artist, an illustrator, a media designer, an AI prompting expert. What else, Carl?
Yeah, I've worked in online businesses, agencies, the travel sector as well, but more specifically for the last 15, 20 years in the advertising marketing design field, and more recently, AI 3D design and specifically digital design for websites, creative, and you name it.
Well, and that's how we met. And the reason why I really wanted to interview you was because Carl designed the cover to my book. Oh, Super Manifesto. Oh, this is the thing about trying to keep there's
Oh, yep.
design. You helped me with this design. You helped me with the colors, and we helped with lots of things, but particularly about communicating the message of super manifesting.
Because I like to have a conversation first and get an understanding, and then almost let the universe decide what's going to come through into my head and into the into my conscious brains or conscious mind, if you want to call it that. And from that, and actually, funny enough, just as you were talking, there was memories and things starting to come back, like the sun, looking at the golden aspect of what we created. The word Apollo came through, which is one of the Greek gods. I don't know if people would remember or know, but Apollo came through, and also the golden energy, which is very much a manifesting energy, and the masculine energy of the sun, and the beauty of the sun and the power of the sun, the energetic. I want to say the word fuel, energetic fuel.
Yeah. Well, that's what the sun does. And it's quite ironic because I am a Leo sun in the first house and have a lot of that, bossy sun, masculine energy in my chart.
Yeah. So, and it's also, yeah, because the book is not just about manifesting, it's also about your journey and your, I guess, you know what I'm saying, is your aspects of manifesting as well. Or your take as well. It's it's connecting both. So I think that's where the downloads came through. And then looking at the Egyptian side, just at the eye that comes right in center, that's the interlinking. The eye is the center. It's it's the connection. It's the bridge for when you're actually connecting with someone and talking to someone. You're actually connecting through the eyes. So
yeah.
What you can't take one without the other. And I remember specifically we talked about a specific artist. I think it was Sophia from memory, and yeah, sorry. And there's some aspects of what
and Horus, the Eye of Horus,
yeah,
which is
and
there.
looking at the patterns in the background of the book, we've actually brought through the threefold flame, and some would say the Merovingian symbol, but there's many different aspects to that symbol, and that has also that came through. But I feel strongly when I'm just looking at that again, and I've forgotten that there's an Apollo Egyptian link,
which is
Greek Egyptian,
which is one of our shared knowledge streams for whatever reason. Like, I think I might have told you at that time when I was doing the polyphonic chanting, and then the Egyptians used to have the sleep rooms, and essentially people would come there and probably take ayahuasca and other psychedelic substances, but they would just sleep in this and be bathed in these polyphonic tones, and the tones just take on their own kind of resonance. And it's I don't know why I connect into that knowledge stream, but I mean, I guess it's all of us do. Like, we're all tribal. We have our survival fears, but we also have all the survival gifts and the kind of worshipping of the sun and the sun cycle. And, you know, one of my stars is Sirius, which is Hinitakaro, which is the dog star, which the Egyptians really loved. You know, all of those lines, they're within our consciousness, within our DNA, within our tribalism. It's just some of us are prepared to go a little bit closer to them, and I think that's where we sort of got. It was like, so it was not so much about me, but it's about this is about, not, you know, this is a knowledge system that is within humanity, and this deep symbolism is within us, and we can just kind of like tap into that and then get out of the way and let the universe do the rest of the work, which definitely is what this book is about. Like it's all about, you know, letting the universe do the work.
And looking at the turquoise, like just thinking about the turquoise energy, because the sun is very fiery and warm and obviously energetic, but also the turquoise is the water and the cooling and the feminine. Because I see turquoise as very feminine. So there's a connection and a balance with that. And what I was going to say, what significance for you does it have?
Oh, I mean, yes, definitely the feminine, which is, you know, and I love the way you've done the fleur de lis, really subtle patterning. I think we were looking at a Sophie Minson painting, weren't we, where she uses, because she's if you don't know, Sophie Minson is an amazing New Zealand artist, and she does a lot of channeling of those same Egyptian as well as the Māori symbolism. But she uses the fleur de lis in quite a few of her painting subtly in the background, along with Māori koru and all sorts of different motifs. But it's that idea of symbolism that harks back to essentially positive, divine, sacred energies. And I think the other thing about turquoise, and it's so funny because new moon yesterday and I was doing a lot of activating, but this beautiful, my eldest son's girlfriend, Fatima, who's part Iranian, she gave me this beautiful piece of Firuza, which is Iranian. It's the most beautiful ring, turquoise.
Wow.
I know, isn't it incredible? So blown away. But it's just like, it's kind of, you know, these sort of things that are seemingly random are so not random.
And is your and just looking at your necklace or your tiki there.
Yeah.
So it's got but it's also kind of got a little bit of turquoise in it.
Similar color, but it's
similar, not quite turquoise, but it's
no.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the colors are so important in your work. Can you just talk a little bit about where you go with, you know, colors and symbols and shapes? Because I know.
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. Well, I guess in different aspects of designs, colors vary. So if you're looking at, say, web design for someone, you want to really hone in on what works for that industry and what works for that brand. See, if you have turquoise or a turquoise color in a, say, example, an insurance business, that might not work because you were looking at more grounding colors and more corporate colors. So to me, it's very important to look at what colors resonate with the audience, but also the representation of the industry, the brand, and the recognition. The other thing is with, say, websites, you want to look at, even with with buttons, like call to action buttons, what is the driving factor of the go aspects, or the aspects that get people to say, want to drive them to the next step. So you want to look at, say, greens, and some even people say that blues are very good at driving colors as well. But for me, when it comes to spiritual, when I say spiritual or more etheric based design, it's often the pastel colors, the pastel tones that I look at. Like, for example, your violet or your magenta, your pink, your gold, your turquoise. All of those are very high energetic galactic colors, and you often see those kind of colors in the I'm trying to think of the word, the what do you call it? The rainbow spectrum, but also in the northern lights and all that kind of
Aurora.
auroras, yeah. So to me, it's very important to bring that through, and that's where often where people will feel the connection with those colors, and it's not just the symbols, but the colors are hugely important.
Yeah, no, they totally activate different energies, and we know that just, I mean, aside from the sun and the water and the they definitely colors give us a different response. Like if you had these colors in your bedroom, you probably weren't going to be doing much sleeping. You might be, getting busy frequently, but you definitely wouldn't be sleeping.
So what sort of feedback have you had from about the colors or the cover in the book, particularly with the colors and?
Well, it's really interesting because one of the and I do think there was some subtleness or not so subtle coincidence in Ken Honda of Happy Money saying yes that he not only did he read it as a reviewer, but he actually gave me this amazingly deep review because the book is way more about your relationship with the whole universe as opposed to manifesting, which was kind of my just little cliche way of getting into with a hook. But his book Happy Money, which I really love because and it's a beautiful, his whole principle of arigato, which is about thankfulness and gratefulness for money passages through our life. But his book is exactly the opposite, so it's yellow and blue. So it was quite coincidental that the two colors match. But so that was an example of, I think, the book cover really capturing for me what a significant milestone in my publishing journey. And I'm looking forward. I've only just, it was only launched and the book was only launched in November, so I think there's a lot of reviewing. People are just reading it. Well, I hope you're reading it. But it's really I find it's a really easy image, and it stands out a lot when I'm using it. And there was also, we haven't talked about it, but those lines of the behind the symbol in the middle, the fleur-de-lis with the eye of Ra. Was it Ra or Horus? I couldn't remember. There's which way.
The eye of Horus. Yeah,
Horus,
it's the eye of Horus.
which is divinity within.
But when I look at that symbol, I think there's a lot of Egyptian deities that come through. Like I think of Isis, and I think of you think of Cleopatra. There's a lot of representations, but specifically, it's the Eye of Horus. And Horus is incredibly powerful in terms of the golden and the sun.
And the lines behind, I'm just emphasizing with my hand, they are that's the hypnosis part of the book, because the book does cover a lot of hypnosis and meditation, and so I remember that part, that it was we're just going to hypnotize people with the line. So that watch the space, everyone.
That's right, and it's about being in that space to receive.
Yeah, it is.
To receive the download, to receive the information, to receive and not just with a book, but in one's own self. Well, that's how I feel. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, totally. So, Carl, just tell us a little bit more about your own personal journey as an illustrator, creator, media producer, AI. Tell us a little bit about where you're going to go next, and
Yeah, absolutely.
What's coming up next for Carl, because this is really important to me to know where you're activating.
So most recently, I've done some extracurricular study in the 3D space, specifically 3D modeling and 3D animation and 3D design, which has been really interesting because my background has been specific, but more traditionally in print and digital marketing, so websites, videos, all that kind of stuff. But in addition to that, the AI space, I just want to mention that the AI space is now, I'm trying to bridge what I've learned and what I've actually experienced in marketing and in 3D design and in video and all these other media areas, and work with AI technology to specifically train, but also help people with their own marketing to get to the next level of story. It's really about visual storytelling, but it's also about visual identity and being able to showcase their brand with the use of AI and with the use of all these other technologies or creative technologies. So specifically, yeah, I'm just embracing all these new technologies because I will tell you, Carmel, within 5 minutes, things are changing in the space.
I know.
Within 2 minutes, they're changing.
Yeah.
So you have to keep up and you have to keep learning and developing. So for me, it's been dedicating my time to my client work as well as learning is a huge part of what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, really, but more specifically in the next few years is educating people and helping people to understand that technology and being able to work with them to even run that technology myself so that they can get the best results.
It's
Does
amazing.
that kind of sum up?
Yeah, and but I'm really interested as a digital creator because it's not just marketing, it's like the production of books, it's like the production of artworks, it's like videos, it's like, sound,
It's
AI,
telling
sound
the
generated
story,
voices.
yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
can be essentially, it's going to be hard to work out what is real and what is AI. Already it's quite hard, isn't it?
Correct. So I think, and you don't want to, for people, I guess, well, this is my perspective, I don't know about other people, but from my perspective, you don't want to lose your human connectivity and your human imagination, but you want to let AI work with you. So AI is not they're not the driver. You're the driver. You're in charge, but you're allowing AI to give you concepts, ideas, and ideally train it to be bringing through your imaginative and visual identity for your own brand and self.
That's pretty cool. So what do you think you're going to be doing and how, if people are interested in connecting with you, what are the connection points between you and
like I said, training, very much the doing, because some people want to understand and know, but then they go, oh, can you just do that for me? So helping people with their, whether it's their marketing, whether it's them.
And what, on a one-on-one, or do you see that as like running?
Yeah, one-on-one or groups.
Set up an agency?
I'm open to all. I'm open to all types of what's the word, engagements, because I've done all of that, whether it's group. I mean, I've done teaching, I've done all sorts, but yeah, more specifically, I think the training and the doing aspects and helping people to understand how this technology can really work well within their personal businesses or their larger businesses.
That's awesome. And so just to end on that high note, we've got a dragon year next year. Tame the Taniwha has been my strap line. So we had a new moon yesterday and we're in the super manifesting period until basically next week sometime when the galactic core opens, light pours down, and then we go into the next star system. But what's your big goal, your big energy, your big motive for 2024 that you're carrying through?
Connecting with like-minded people. I'm not one of these people that wants to have thousands of clients. I'd rather have people that connect with me and I connect with them. So a real connection, and we're enjoying each other's space and we're enjoying adding to each other's lives and careers and businesses. So the goal is to work with similar people and for us to, I see it as a two-way street. You can't be the only person. People aren't just learning from me, I'm learning from them. We're all learning from each other. So enjoying those connections.
Awesome. And if people want to get hold of you, what is the best way that they can get hold of guys, you definitely need your book covers designed by Carl, and your videos, and all videos, your brand strategies, there's so many things that you can work with people, but if people want to hit you up, how do they
Probably LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the easiest. If you type in Carl, Karl, Morfett, M for Mary, O for Oscar, R for Roger, F for Fred, E double T, so two T's. So I'm on LinkedIn. I also have a portfolio which is in my LinkedIn, which takes you through to my designs, and more specifically recently my Auckland 2053 project, which is interesting. It's basically I take you through a 3D walkthrough, but that takes you through some of my the portfolio takes you through some of my historical, but also more recent projects, from digital through to 3D.
And I will put the links below, everyone, anyway, to make it easy for you. But yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate my cover. I love the book cover, Carl, and I really appreciate you and the friendship that we've really grown through a number of projects. And I look forward to, connecting you with more people in my community, because I think your work's great. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate the time you've taken out. And yeah, it's going to be a wonderful time ahead.
It is. Mauri ora.
Thank you.